Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall with Simpler Trading doing the nightly market update for Wednesday, August the 18th. And it was a crazy day today. It's kind of funny, my night to do the nightly videos is always falls on a Wednesday, and which that means I get all the Fed meetings and FOMC minutes and all that stuff. And that's what we had today. As you can see from the chart here, I've got the ES up here. And I will show you right here is when the Fed, or it wasn't a Fed meeting, FOMC minutes, which I really did not think would be much. There's not the FOMC minutes. There's no, Q&A or anything like that. There's no press conference. So I didn't think this would be that much to it. And we got this initial big straight up, run up, and then a big flush down, and then a big run back up, and then it just fell apart. And in looking at this looks pretty dire, right? And it was pretty. It was all at the end of the day. But keep in mind this is on the SPX. It was 47 points. So, that's not that much. It looks pretty ugly, and it was pretty, I guess, shocking because, we're all accustomed to buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, and new all-time high every single day, new all-time high, new all-time high. It never stops. It just keeps going higher, right? And then we get a down day, and all of a sudden it's, end of the world. And I'm here to tell you that it's not. Let me show you. Let's put it in perspective here. Let's go back 10 days. And actually, let's go back 20 days. This will give you a better view. Okay, so as we were getting into, this is kind of the main part of earnings season right here, where we had Amazon and Apple and Facebook and Google and everybody reporting. We rallied into that, and we're chopping with earnings. Some good, some bad, some good, some bad, some good, some bad, and then we just kept going, right? And this, I can't even pick it out now. There was one of these, maybe it was over here when the Delta variant, yeah, I think that was it. When the Delta variant gave us a kind of a flush down here. But what I'm looking at here, we've come back up to our all-time high, and these are all new all-time highs as we, continue to go higher, higher, higher. We come up here, we touch our skyline here, our Voodoo skyline, 4475. And we came back off of it to the next. This is the Voodoo skyline below. Now we took it out and we went back above it. We're chopping. We took it out, and guess where this is going straight to? The snow line, which is right there, 4371. We've talked about this in the rooms, quite a good bit. And if let me put this on the SPX and convert this for you to SPX right here. And we've got 4351, and again, that's not too far. We're at 4400. 4350 is here. If we continue to go down, and I don't know that we will, we've got option expiration on. Actually, the AMs expire tomorrow. The PMs expire on Friday. And the AMs stop trading tomorrow. I should say that. So I kind of think. That we at this level that we could get at foothold. We might bounce, I don't know. But again, kind of keep this in perspective where we've come from, and to even put this in a little more perspective, look at this. So this is the SPX, and again, this is the zoomed out version of where that snow line right here, the white one is the snow line. And it would make sense we pull back. I mean, this is just kind of normal stuff. We haven't had one in a little while. You can see that we're kind of compressing here for a break higher or lower. Maybe this is what starts it, and we do go lower. We go back to the fire line here or lower, but I just don't think so. The momentum is still behind us. The charts are still bullish. This little blip today did not change anything on the charts as far as the momentum and all that kind of stuff. What happened was in the FOMC minutes that more of the Fed officials were in favor of tapering, and that might come sooner than later, that type thing. We had been thinking, maybe it was going to be they were saying, end of the year, then they were saying October, and now they're saying September possibly, and that's when they started mentioning taper the last time, and we had a big flush down, then we had an immediate rip straight back up, and again, the FOMC minutes showed that today, that yes, indeed, they are talking about it. It's probably going to happen, and maybe that's what kind of starts us into coming down here, but I don't, at this point right now, I don't see this as giant free fall here and it's over and throw in the towel, or run out and short this market either, for that matter. Now I could probably justify a day trade, a short scalp kind of trade, whatever, but I'm not going to reposition a whole entire portfolio bearish for this. One last thing here, let's flip this over to do some grab candles in Darvis box. So if you look at this, again, this is SPX. If you look at this, I mean, we have just come, that's a 34 EMA right there. And what do you do at a 34 EMA? You don't short it, you buy it, right? Typically. So if I covered this up and you didn't know what it was, and you were just looking at this chart, get down here in 34 EMAs and you bounce, get down here in 34 EMAs and you bounce, get down here in 34 EMAs. But here you want to short it, right? Or some people want to short it. I don't. And this might be the right answer. We won't know until probably another couple of days, and we may have our answer tomorrow if we get more follow through. But I'm still thinking that everything that I'm seeing is at least still intact to go higher. Again, it's going to happen one of these days, and we will have to have, we'll have a bigger pullback and all that kind of stuff. We'll probably have some catalyst to just kind of kickstart that. And I definitely think we could come down to this snow line here, but I'm a buyer here, not a seller at that snow line, 43.50. Again, that's SPX. I'm putting everything on SPX. You could take the same thought process really on anything. There are some honey badger names out there that we've been talking about the last several weeks, and kind of marching to their own beat kind of thing. But overall, the overall market's going to follow this pattern. Same thing with the Nasdaq. I see about the same scenario with the Nasdaq. So bottom line is, tomorrow when we come in, if we get follow through and we come down here, I would expect some kind of bounce here, and we probably get a bounce here first, and then here's what I would love to have happen, and I don't know if it'll happen or not, but if I could write the script and the market would follow it, we bounce up here, we tag 4,500, and then start to break down, and then maybe, from higher levels, maybe we get into more, this kind of stuff where we get into a more meaningful, Maybe I don't know, maybe we come down. That's a long way. I don't know if we come down that far. But anyway, something that takes a little bit longer to get down and takes a little bit longer to get up, versus these kind of vertical moves that we've been having, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. So, this is algo stuff. But anyway, I still am beating the same drum, saying, keep cash, keep tight stops, and watch where your positions are. I am still, at this point in time, may change my tune in the morning if we open up and we're down 50 points on the S&P. But at this point, I'm more inclined to be a dip buyer than a seller until this turns into a meaningful downtrend. And, it takes, sometimes it takes a little while for those to unfold. And so far, every one of these that's happened in the past has been a head fake. Yes, you can scalp this, and I like scalping this stuff on the downside. You get vol pop and all that stuff, but I'm not preparing, for something like that. Not yet. When it turns and we see some meaningful signals, yes, but not yet. I'm not seeing it yet. So, bottom line, look at it in the morning. Friday's expiration, we'll see what happens there. If it can't hold up in the next couple of days, probably going to turn into one of these, more shallow kind of downturns, but we'll see. We'll go from there, because that's all we can do is watch the charts and see what we got. So that's what I've got for you today. Hope this helps. Hope it makes sense, and I will see you guys at the next update. Thanks.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me